Annie was kidnapped by 3 thugs. With her family refusing to pay ransom, how could she save herself? As the clock ticked toward execution, Annie refused to be a helpless victim. She pretended to grow attached, using false affection to manipulate her captors, breaking down their alliance with desire. In the end, she not only turned them into pawns, but also struck back. A white sedan suddenly screeched to a stop in front of 2 girls. 2 men jumped out, roughly dragged Annie inside, and sped off. To keep her from resisting, the kidnappers knocked her unconscious, gagged her, shoved a black hood over her head, and injected her with heavy sedatives. They took Annie to an isolated house in the countryside, a cage cut off from the world. Dust filled the empty rooms. The only furniture was a rotting single bed. They chained Annie's arms and legs tightly to the frame. Once everything was secured, only one masked man was left behind to guard her. When Annie slowly regained consciousness, she looked around in terror at the unfamiliar, grim surroundings. Her eyes filled with despair. The masked man was named Jack. His job was to handle Annie's basic needs. She had no choice but to obey. Even using the bathroom required Jack to unchain her and watch over her. But as the days passed, Jack began to change. Something about Annie's quiet strength unsettled him. He started going through her personal belongings, studying her wallet, piecing together her life story. He lingered over her swimsuit photos, imagining her by the ocean. In his fantasies, he was no longer a criminal, but a fisherman working at sea, with Annie sailing toward him, radiating temptation. One night, he woke from a dream, unable to resist seeing her. Moving carefully so she wouldn't wake, he opened the door, trembling as he unbuttoned her shirt. But at the last moment, he quickly buttoned it back, his burning desire softening into a conflicted, lingering gaze. Suddenly, police sirens blared outside. The house was surrounded. Jack begged Annie to tell the officers that he had been caring for her, that they looked out for each other, and that if he got a lighter sentence, they could be reunited in a few years. Gunfire erupted. Police broke down the door and found Jack convulsing on the floor. They gently freed Annie from her chains. Trembling, she told the captain, "Jack tried to kill me, so I shot him in self-defense."